maybe you should start believing them, because yeah, a lot of men are just completely done with dating. There's a lot of women that are very upset that a lot of guys are actually choosing to be single because they want all of the power for themselves.
Going overseas or dating while you're overseas because everyone gets mad about American men ain't shit, American women ain't shit, and for some people it's just not that deep.
So she calls off the wedding and breaks up with him just over the lap dance. So only a month after they break up, he is in feed posting the stripper saying that she is the love of his life. When I get married, my man is not going to Cabo, Miami, or Vegas for a bachelor party. I'm definitely setting my boundaries when it comes to bachelor parties before I even get engaged.
If a man has no friends or a very small circle, don't get it twisted. That is not a red flag. That's not loneliness. That is discipline, and he knows peace. It's not isolation. That is self-mastery, and men like that, they're the hardest ones to replace.
Millions of men are quietly walking away from modern dating, marriage, and relationships, and for the first time, many say they are happier alone. From women admitting men are choosing singleness, to debates about passport bros, toxic dating culture, bachelor party betrayals, and why some men now value peace over romance, this conversation is exploding online. But while some women say men created the loneliness crisis themselves, others are realizing more men are completely done with modern relationships. Is bachelor life becoming the new dream for men in 2026?
There's a viral video where a couple has been together for 8 years and then they get engaged and the guy goes on a bachelor trip. The guy has his bachelor party at a strip club in Miami and he ends up getting a lap dance from one of the strippers. He tells his fiance it was just a lap dance and that he didn't cheat on her, and she's like, I know you didn't cheat on me, but I'm still breaking up with you. So she calls off the wedding and breaks up with him just over the lap dance. So only a month after they break up, he is in feed posting the stripper saying that she is the love of his life and that they have perfect synergy, etc., etc. It turns out he took the stripper's number after he got a lap dance the night of his bachelor party. A couple of years ago, I actually went on a bachelorette trip to Cabo and we ran into a group of bachelors. The bachelor that was getting married was fully hitting on one of my close girlfriends. And not only that, but his friends who were there also had girlfriends that they were even living with, and they were trying to flirt with me. I told one of the guys that was hitting on me, I was like, hey, I'm basically taken, like, I'm in the process of getting back with my ex, and you have a girlfriend, so you shouldn't be hitting on me in the first place. This man proceeds to tell me that I am his exact type. And not only that, but my friend who was getting hit on by the bachelor that they were celebrating, he was telling her that he found my friend more attractive in terms of, like, she was in school studying to be a doctor and his current fiance just sits at home and leeches off his money. This man was, like, scheduled to be married in a few weeks. I don't know about you, but when I get married, my man is not going to Cabo, Miami, or Vegas for a bachelor party. I'm definitely setting my boundaries when it comes to bachelor parties before I even get engaged.
Men stopped approaching women. BC, far too many of you enjoyed the game drawing them in to approach you just so you could have the ego trip of putting them down. BC, they didn't check all the boxes on your list. Now they are done playing the game.
You know what the funniest thing about so many men is nowadays? So many men are no longer scared of being single. They're now scared of being in a soul-sucking, detrimental relationship that's only going to waste their time, waste their energy, waste their effort, and waste their money. They would rather be single than be in a bad relationship. So it's not that men are complaining because they're single. Men are complaining because they've just seen everything as such a waste of time for them lately.
The sad part is that nobody will tell these girls that they're the type of women that men don't want. And because they don't know that men don't want them, they think there's something wrong with men. Somebody should tell them, anyone but me.
So there is a growing percentage of men in the United States that have started to consider themselves passport bros. Let's talk about it because a lot of people have asked my opinion on this. As somebody who's coached a lot of men and a lot of women, I will say that if you find love anywhere in the world, I'm happy for you. I really don't care what country it's in. Now, I think the issue is when people think about the passport bros and they think about what it is that they stand for, a lot of people are thinking about the fact that they're going to these other countries, they're only trying to buy women's time. They're talking to women who aren't wholesome, or they're talking to women who are SWs, if you know what I mean by that. I, as a man, can honestly say that if American women said they wanted to go to Italy or to France or to the UK to meet guys, I literally do not care, like, at all. I want you to be happy. If they treat you better, go there. So I'll say as a man, if you're going to these other countries to meet women, at the very least, you should be willing to try to learn the language, learn the culture, get to know these women as people, and you're not leveraging your money just to get laid. I think it's really triggering for people to talk about going overseas or dating while you're overseas because everyone gets mad about American men ain't shit, American women ain't shit. And for some people, it's just not that deep. Now, for the guys that want to go to other countries because these women have nothing and you think you can offer them something and they're going to be reliant on you for some sort of green card or, financial whatever, I think you're a weirdo. So I think whatever your definition of a passport bro really is, it could be good, it could be bad, it could be indifferent. But as long as you're not taking advantage of other people, I really don't care what other adults do to find love.
Women are more masculine today than in all of human history. Masculinity is not an attractive trait for guys in women. Women keep asking why. We keep telling you, but you won't listen. You won't listen because you don't like the answers.
Broken women are unlovable. They rather run to the internet looking for validation from other broken women. You ladies went on this marketing propaganda, wrote countless articles about how men are so lonely because women have options. But what I find kind of interesting is I see so many videos of women crashing the fuck out because they're not in a relationship. They don't have anybody to hang out with. They don't have nobody to talk to. They're turning 30 and they're so alone. I go into the comment section of married couples, and whenever a woman speaks and say, hey, this is what I do for my man, this is how I express love for my man, I go into the comment section and it's nothing but women in the comment section talking about, you're a pick-me, which I think is so fucking stupid. How you gonna call a married woman a pick-me? Bitch, she's picked already. Then it's videos of women talking about, to my married friends, is it possible that you could send your husband over to my place and he could just do some things and you can come over and we could drink wine? I'm like, why don't you get your own man? Then every time a guy who lets it be known he's married posts something on the internet and he is conventionally attractive, go into the comment section. Can your wife fight? Can your girlfriend fight? It's you hoes really did try to push this propaganda that it's men who are desperate for a relationship. It's men who are the most loneliest demographic. It's not. Y'all the one who's projecting. Y'all the ones who are extremely lonely. The reason why so many dudes don't want to fuck with you, so many dudes don't want you to be a girlfriend, don't want to wife you up, and that the only thing you're good for is a fucking a dump, because a lot of you do not have a personality. And you bring absolutely no value to a relationship.
This is what I know about being single. If a single man sees an attractive woman, he knows that there is a certain amount of risk involved. Not just rejection, but getting accused of being some kind of creep, of getting used, or being manipulated. Not a single person I know wants to get tagged with showing toxic masculinity. Then there is the whole patriarchy thing. If we as men are going to be found guilty of everything bad in the world, then why should we ever leave our basement? The taste of honey is sweet, yes, but many of us don't want to get stung anymore.
I'm not getting married.
A vast majority of the good women that you want are going to expect marriage.
I can have a long-term girlfriend, stay with her forever, be monogamous, have 7 children with her. What changes?
He essentially wants marriage just without the government contract.
Right. Why does the government contract scare you so much?
Financial liability. And I don't need the government involved. And I don't need some woke judge telling me how I should distribute my money and how the assets should go. And, oh, my wife cheats on me. And we've been married for 15 years. In California, I have to pay her alimony for her entire life. The government, the laws. Marriage is a contract, and I'm a businessman. When I look at what marriage is from a legal perspective, it's a terrible contract. Oh, here's a woman who didn't help you build your business at all, and at any moment she could be cheating on me, or even if there's no cheating, she could just be like, well, I don't like him anymore. Now he has to pay me for the rest of my life X amount of money. That's f***ing retarded.
Men have seen behind the curtain because of all the videos women make. You don't have to go through a divorce to see what women are about anymore. Especially younger dudes, as they are more familiar with social media, having grown up with it.
If a man has no friends, pay attention. If a man has no friends or a very small circle, Don't get it twisted. That is not a red flag. That's a man who has mastered himself. A man without friends or a very small circle is a very, very secure man. He's learned that quality matters more than quantity, and he doesn't need an audience to validate his worth. His confidence comes from inside, not from the approval of others. He's not afraid to be alone because he knows his own strength. He is very selective with his energy and who he lets into his life. That is a good quality to have. He walks away from drama and gossip because he has built a peaceful life for himself and does not want to let that go. He doesn't need to be surrounded by people to feel complete. He's comfortable, he's grounded, he's steady, and he doesn't waste time on meaningless relationships. He knows that what he wants, and he doesn't waste time with it. So if you come across a man with very few friends or a very small circle, don't underestimate him. That's not loneliness. That is discipline, and he knows peace. It's not isolation. That is self-mastery, and men like that, they're the hardest ones to replace.
My ex put my business in jeopardy multiple times, never paid a bill, verbally abused me on levels my enemy can't reach, and had the police called multiple times if I didn't submit. My life was chaos. She's gone, and now I'm so peaceful, and honestly, why would I settle for one phone contract when I can have unlimited throwaways for half the price? We won't even begin with the whole public humiliation, energy vampire scenario.
I was just at the gym, and I see a very handsome guy, dark hair, mustache, hat, you know, great looking guy. And I'm like, wow, he's really cute. So I tested a little bit, and I stared at him and smile, and he smiles back. I'm like, okay. And we lock eyes. The whole time at the gym, the entire time at the gym, we're locking eyes. I'm smiling. I'm like, should I talk to him? Like, I'm giving him the cues. He should know that I think he's cute. He's looking at me, I'm looking at him for an hour and a half. Then I'm leaving, and he's walking right behind me, and he just passes me. I'm like...
Place I worked at told the men, don't talk to the female staff unless it's about work. That applies at break time and anywhere near the office after work too. No walking or traveling with them either. Strangely, they didn't tell the women about this, nor were we allowed to inform them.
Men are experiencing what it's like to be a woman, and they can't stand it. What do I mean by that? Let me explain. For decades, women have been judged on the way that they look, what they bring to the table, and how they can serve the man. Now that women have access to their own funds, their own housing, their own jobs, it is a different ballgame for these men, and they don't like it. We are finally asking, what do you bring to the table? Because I already have everything I need. Basically, we're judging them on their looks, their finances, and what they bring to the table. So we're flipping the script. And this has brought a resurgence in men whining and being like, I can't find anyone. Male loneliness epidemic. We're doing the same thing you've been doing to us since the beginning of time. You don't like it, do you? Whenever I hear a man, especially on this app, complaining how women are too hard, their standards are too high, that they're gonna die alone, I just laugh because it's like, you guys have been doing that to us forever. And we are finally standing up and saying, what do you actually bring to the table? Because I know already I'm going to cook for you, I'm going to clean for you, I'm going to wipe your booty for you. Okay, so what are you going to do for me in return? If you're not upgrading my life, on to the next one. A woman has inherent value to a man. A man is more valuable objectively when there is a good-looking woman by his side, when there is a woman by his side of higher social stature than him. It's just a fact. Men will look at that man and immediately he holds more value. So women have come to the front and be like, I know what value I hold. It's inherent. What are you giving me? And these men don't like it. They don't like it at all. Keep doing it though. I love you.
Guy here, and some tips. Gals have to do the hunting now. Dress in camo is a must. Learn how to stalk your prey. Do it quietly. Don't go straight in for the kill. Zigzag, but slowly. Keep a low profile. Be ready to stop, be patient. When your prey least expects it, go in hard and fast. Show no mercy. But remember, don't get disappointed. You are going to miss most of the time. Lick your wounds and proceed again.
I don't like men who approach with money, because that happens too. Men will come up to you.
Oh yeah,
right
what's
off the
up with
bat.
that?
Yeah, like right off the bat, they'll come up to you like, I do this. I got these properties.
I got a yacht.
I got
a
this,
plane.
I got this. And then so you start talking to them, and then it's like crickets. And then when you ask them for something, it's like, oh, all you want is money. You're materialistic.
No, not just that.
You literally approached me with materials.
No, I just don't get why guys approach with money. Like, it's weird to me. Like,
If
why?
they want to do it, fine. But like, fully be expected of a girl ready to like get some of that. To me, that's what I always say. I'm like, I don't care what house, what car you got, any of that stuff. If it's not going to me.
Hell, married men are lonely. Because the women quit putting out. I would probably never get married ever again. I would make them sign a dating prenuptial, and if we move in together, she is signing a month-to-month lease. That way she can end up a common law wife.
No, males are not choosing, but
Oh, yes, they are.
I do find it hilarious how they are all like, yeah, we're done with women. That's why we're all single, because we chose to be done with women.
You know, if someone tells you something often enough, maybe you should start believing them because, yeah, a lot of men are just completely done with dating.
You guys didn't choose that. You know you didn't choose that.
Oh, but they did. What exactly is so hard to believe about that?
You know that right now women are becoming really picky and not choosing men that all they do is bring a paycheck.
Like I said before, there's a lot of women that are very upset that a lot of guys are actually choosing to be single because they want all of the power for themselves and to be able to dictate who they date. It is incomprehensible to some that guys actually can choose who to date.
Although there are still women out there who will accept that. And I suggest you go find them and leave us alone.
Oh, I don't think that'll be a problem at all because it's almost like personality types similar to some that we've just seen are almost the very reasons why a lot of guys are choosing to remain single.
This girls should understand that laws meant to protect them from abusers was abused against normal people too many times. If they want to change, they should make it legal at first, and then work with their attitude after. The dating world is changing fast, and both men and women are reacting to it in very different ways. Some men are embracing independence, smaller social circles, and a stress-free bachelor lifestyle, while many women are questioning why relationships feel harder, colder, and less genuine than ever before. Whether this shift is temporary or the beginning of a massive cultural change, one thing is clear: modern relationships are facing a serious disconnect, and millions of people online are now openly talking about it. You're watching Modern Dating Logic, where we keep it real, not emotional. If you see the pattern, you already know what to do.